Hello, Simon here, aka Guitar Geek, and today I just thought I'd do a reasonably brief video update of my pedal board because I've not done one for quite some time. The amp today is my Victory Amps V50, which I've got set to the 15 watt mode. The way I run both my amps, this applies to the Victory and to the Morgan AC20 Deluxe that I've got. I run them reasonably clean. So I've got that with the gain on the clean channel at basically at midday. So you can hear there's a bit of breakup, which I think helps the drive pedals just to sound a bit more natural. But that's the bypass tone. The first pedal on the board is the tuner, which is a Polytune Mini by TC Electronic, no S. I've been a Boss TU2 and TU3 user for years, but I bought this purely because it's small, so it fits on the board, it works, no problem. The next pedal is the TC Electronic Shaker, which is a pure pitch bending vibrato pedal. Now you can make it sound quite unusable, to be honest, way too wobbly. What I do with it is I tend to use it with the depth quite a long way down, but the speed up to make it sound like a rotary speaker type effect, something like this. Now you can hear it's quite effective with that sort of sound. Use it sparingly, but it does sound great to get that fast, watery, rotating speaker type sound. Obviously, it's not perfect. There's pedals out there that do it a lot better, but just for price and how good it sounds, it stays on the board. Sometimes I do run an MXR Phase 90, but at the moment I really do like running this pedal for that type of sound. The next, well, 3 slots. This is my gig rig Quartermaster 6. I should have said at the start. Basically, all the pedals are in a loop off this strip. So as they are now, with all the lights off, it's basically guitar straight to the amp. As soon as you kick in and the light comes on, you've kicked in that pedal that's in that loop. I mean, I think all these pedals are true bypass for what that matters. But if you've got a noisy pedal or a drive pedal that's making some noise because you've got the gain quite high, kick it out, and then it is in effect that you're going straight into the amp. So the next 3 slots, I've got the Wampler Clarksdale overdrive, which is a tube screamer type circuit, but it's got a 3-band EQ, which means that you can really tailor the sound to exactly how you want it. The next slot is my main drive, another Wampler pedal, which is the Euphoria overdrive. It's got a 3-position switch on it, which you can see here, which are labelled smooth, open and crunch. I use it in the smooth setting, which is supposed to be their approximation of a Dumble type sound. I haven't got a clue because I've never played through a 20 grand Dumble before, but I just like the edginess to the tone. I don't have the gain too high, but it's got loads of volume, so you can use it as a boost to an already overdriven amp. And then the next slot after that is the EP booster, which I'll come on to last. So basically, you heard the Euphoria for a lot of the drive sound in the first part. As I say, it's got quite an edgy tone. What I do like to do is stack it with the Clarksdale, not only to give a bit more push to it for lead stuff, but also because because of the 3-band EQ on the Clarksdale, you can really hone in on certain frequencies that you want, obviously particularly the mid-range, so you can give it a real frequency push, not just for lead stuff but for drive stuff as well. So I'll start with just the Euphoria on, then I'll kick in the Clarksdale. So you can hear there's a lot of gain there, but you can hear that the Clarksdale helps just change the frequencies that you're working on, as well as adding boost level. The EP booster, I used to run this before my drives as a straight drive, much like I'm doing with these two pedals now. So where the Clarksdale's the boost into the Euphoria, I used to run the EP booster into the Euphoria. What I actually use it for now, the EP booster, is a straight volume boost after the drive pedals. Mine's an older version of the EP booster, so with it wound all the way off, so yeah, all the way off, there's no unity gain. Even sort of with the knob as you would think would be off, you're actually still getting 3 dB boost. So for playing to the clean amp, that's without. Then with it, without, so you can hear, even with it set basically to its minimum setting, there's still that slight 3 dB boost, which I don't mind. The newer versions are at unity, as in there's no boost when it's all the way off. But if you play it with the drive pedals, you can hear that there's quite a boosting level. So what it's good for is if you're soloing and want a level boost rather than a gain boost. If the amp was more overdriven and you kicked it in where it is on the board, it would work slightly differently, but when you're using a reasonably clean amp, it works quite well for that purpose. And then the last pedal on the board is my delay, which is a Strymon El Capistan tape echo. I use it quite simply, really, to be honest with you. I use it at a reasonably mid-range in terms of delay time, which sort of lets me go from, and it's got a tap tempo. So that sort of sound, which is a long enough delay for me, but then I can tap it in to give quite a good slapback type sound. So that's quite useful, that setting that I have it on. I also actually use it with the favourite switch, which I've got marked as as dreamy. Basically, I've set this up so that the repeats are quite heavy, so it's almost starting to self-oscillate, but not uncontrollably, and then you can sort of play over the top of it. Cool, so that's a bit of a rundown of my board. A lot smaller than it used to be, like a lot of guitar players have really sort of pulled back from what I used to use, but this basically does everything. You've got enough drive to work how you want to work with whatever amp, so if you're using a clean amp, or you can use them as boost into a dirty amp. Modulation sound when you need it, and then a great delay. So yeah, cool. Thanks for checking out this video, and stay tuned for more.